Post-lockdown revenge spending was seen in the first 3 months of the year as credit card use grew significantly. To tell us more about the surge in billings is Credit Card Association of the Philippines Executive Director Alex Ilagan. Alex, thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word. Were you surprised by the total card billings from January to March compared to the same period last year?
Well, obviously, we were pleasantly surprised. No?
Where did Filipino consumers swipe away their credit cards where we saw a surge in billings?
Actually, several factors are actually driving this significant growth. No? I think, first of all, the economy has opened up. So, the pent-up demand, pent-up desire to spend is actually being released. So we can now see, well, they call this the revenge spending, which we really see all over the world, not only in the Philippines, with the opening up of the economy. And of course, the very robust economy means more people are employed, so they have the money to spend. So that's also helping fuel the growth in credit card billings.
So we saw a surge in vacation payments, car loans, online shopping. Do you expect this trend, Alex, of personal spending to continue despite sustained higher prices?
Well, as long as the disposable income is not outpaced by the rise in prices, I think it will continue. And, we're happy that the economy continues to perform very well. So that means people have the money to spend. Now, of course, somehow the higher price is also driving some people to resort to credit cards to extend their purchasing power. But, that's helping us. But basically, it's because, the need is there and people now have the money to spend. So it's being spent, it's being used.
Well, Filipinos' spending spree, of course, as you say, Alex, keeps the economic engine chugging along. We must also bear in mind that credit card payments is not free money.
That's true. It has to be repaid. So and so far, we haven't really seen any significant change in the payment pattern. In fact, in the last few years, the proportion of people who are revolving, these are credit card holders who don't pay the minimum due every month. No? So these are people who don't pay the full amount. So they revolve the balance to the following month. So these are the people who pay interest. So they avail of the loan. And, the proportion of these revolvers continue to be the same in the last few years. So majority of the card holders are still transactors, meaning they still pay in full every month, so they don't pay interest.
I think I'm part of that group. But of course, 410 billion pesos, Alex, that's a lot of debt. Filipino consumers were swiping away. But of course, as you say, card holders, many of them are paying back on time.
That's true. Actually, the percentage of delinquency, the delinquency rate is actually on a downtrend since 2020 when it peaked. So it continues to go down. So we're pleased with this trend in the delinquency rate of credit cards.
But are Filipino consumers also resorting, Alex, to consumer credit because of the attractive, let's say, repayment rates? You also have perks of credit cards, points that you accumulate for this credit card could be used for free flights?
Yes, well, actually, that's one distinct advantage of a credit card over a debit card or the electronic wallet or even cash for that matter. Because aside from the reward points that you accumulate, you can actually avail of the credit line. So it's a standby credit line that you can avail of. And as long as you pay in full every month, you don't have to pay any interest.
And what does the Credit Card Association of the Philippines see in this trend? I mean, 410 billion pesos in debts. We've seen an increase of almost 15% in credit card billings. Do you see this being sustained in the second, third, and fourth quarters of this year?
Well, we feel that as long as the economy will perform very well, the continued rise in the number of credit card holders and the usage will continue. So it follows that more people are qualified and they have the money to spend, so they charge it on their credit card.
But on the average, Alex, for every Filipino who has a credit card, how many credit cards do they have? Do they just have one credit card that they rely on, or several credit cards from various financial institutions?
Actually, majority, about more than 60% only have one credit card. So I would say maybe on the average, a person would have about 1.5 cards.
All right,
But
1.5
most of them
cards.
are actually single card holders.
But of course, a lot of banks right now offer maybe free annual payments, free annual, what do you call this, services. Are Filipinos usually taking advantage of this?
Well, it's really their way of attracting new credit cards holders into the market. So it's a way to expand the market. So it's this being offered to first-time card holders. So to avail of the application or to apply for a credit card, then they waive the fees, and they provide very attractive incentives.
All right, we'll be getting back to you over the next few months to see what kind of trend we see for credit card users here in the Philippines. Thank you so much for joining us, the Executive Director of the Credit Card Association of the Philippines, Alex Ilagan.